o'clock in the morning and I'm sitting here talking to y'all. But I'm up and I have good energy. I don't know what y'all got going on, but Kendrick dropped an album yesterday. So everyone gather around, get you a snack or whatever. We're about to hang out for a listening party, design, you know. Obviously, I'm going to be doing, well, maybe not obvious because you might be new here. Hey, welcome. I'm going to be doing some rapfirmations, which, as simple as I can state, are graphics of lyrics. I'm about to go song by song on this album and pick out some lyrics, and we'll see what we come up with. If you are unfamiliar, the point of me doing these is to experiment with type, learn some new typefaces that I like, color palettes, things like that. Also make it something that I actually want to make because I do love rap and hip hop in general, and yeah, this is what we're doing. If my mic being in the frame bothers you, I don't know what to tell you. I like it to be real close to me. I don't want to yell. My neighbors, they don't need to be in my business. Just to show you the little bit of preparation that I already did. I did off camera already start collecting fonts that I like from Envato. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Envato is my go-to spot for all elements as far as graphic design goes. Fonts, stock video, you name it, I'm getting it from here, most likely, along with other places, but this is my bestie. This is my right hand. So we have a few here. It looks like we have about 14 fonts here. As we listen, I am gonna scroll through here and see if there's anything more I wanna save, but I won't be downloading any or using any until I feel like it matches with the energy of the song that I'm listening to or matches with the lyric, whatever, you get me. I love an unscripted video, just vibes. I don't know what I'm about to do. So let's actually go ahead and let's play the first song. Let's get into it. By the way, I did already get a first listen through. I heard everything. Of course I did. I couldn't wait for y'all. My bad. But now I'm really listening. I'm listening to the words.
Yesterday somebody whacked out my mural. That energy'll make you move to Europe. But it's regular for me, yeah, that's for sure. The love and hate is definite without a cure. From not where I'm from, we all indigenous. Against all lies, I scribbled up for them dividends. Against all lies, I showed up as a gentleman. I done lost plenty friends, 16 to be specific. Going up your rank.
I think I paused it after the second verse. I think I got a lyric out of there. There's more. Let me keep going.
You're a god, even when they say you ain't.
I do usually drop the lyrics in my content calendar only because I know my rapfirmations get posted at some point in time. And I likely would post these tomorrow because it's timely. You know, this is just like a marketing campaign. Like, I need to be on point. It just dropped yesterday. I might as well post it tomorrow. But if I don't, who cares? Whatever. But you get me. Ideally, I would post it tomorrow. I haven't used my content calendar in a minute. But anyway, this is the lyric that I think I'm going to use from that song, this Against All Odds lyric. I usually pick something that I'm going to emphasize, and I think for this one, it'll be I squabbled up because, one, it's in the middle of the sentence, but two, I think it would be, unless against all odds, no, this would be the main point, I think. Squabble Up is also the name of the next track on the album, so I'm gonna pull that one. So I think I'm gonna do these one by one. We're gonna design as we go through the album. All right, so I'm about to set up my artboard. I am going to set up my artboard and start designing for print, just in case. It's easier to go CMYK to RGB than the other way around, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna do them poster size just in case. I am also going to make sure I'm designing within a square in the middle of my artboard. It would work in the standard orientation that I would use for social media, whether that's a 1080 by 1080 or a 1080 by 1350. The square will work as a guide. So for me, I have this square in the middle of my artboard. I centered it with the align tool up here, and then I'm going to pull out my rulers and make this guide for me. That's how I do it, you know, however, whatever gets the job done. Every time I make a new one, I'm going to make a new artboard along with those guides so that I'm designing in the same place. Hope that makes sense. This isn't a tutorial, I'm just rambling. Out of the fonts that I saved before, squabbled is such a funny word. I don't care what y'all say. I imagined it being something heavy and it being fluid, almost not handwritten, closer to a script than anything else. So how would I say this? Kiloi. I can't pronounce nothing. We're gonna go with this one. Downloaded it. Let's write out squabbled up. I really probably should write out I squabbled up because it's that whole. Oof. First of all, this is rough. What does this say? This looks like hieroglyphics. I think I typed it in all caps. Doesn't matter. But is this real? You know, I should have known from the picture. It wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work. Let's move on. Let's actually click in this and see if they have similar fonts. By the way, when I'm mentioning what fonts I'm picturing with these lyrics, there's no true strategy to it. This is very instinctual. This is straight up instinct. So I don't really have much to say about that. I actually ended up saving a couple other fonts that I like in there, but yeah. I'm not really sure about strokey over here, but let's try it. Why not? It's actually frightened me. My thing is like it's almost right, but it's a little femme for me. Let me play with it real quick. I don't know about that one. I just grabbed another font. Let's try this one. I can't say this is bad, okay? So let me just make a copy of it so I can stop typing it. Also, this should be a lowercase s. Okay, that looks much better. I'm gonna go in here. This looks like the Sharpie logo. Let's ungroup this, and there's a few adjustments I want to make. Like one, I don't want every single letter to be connected. Like I like how as it's connected, the Q and the U are not. I like that. Does the U need to be connected to the A? I don't like the squigglies of the B. Let's start there. Just use the erase tool and make separate shapes out of these. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of some of that. I was just saying recently, when you manipulate type, it gets uglier before it gets better. So don't you worry. I think that looks much better. Let's clean up this B. You really be having to zoom in sometimes. When you have a problem, like what is that? Here's my problem right here. What is this? What is that? My handle was upside down. Okay. All right, that's cool for now. I'm just gonna copy that. All right, I might make a couple more edits to this, but you get where I'm going with it. It's just doing too much. It has the weight that I like. It has the overall like feeling. It looks like an Etsy font, and that's not, this is a Kendrick video. As y'all know, I do like my type to fit neatly together. So the against all odds is gonna fit somehow, some way. It's gonna fit nicely in the top, and then for the dividends, it's gonna fit nicely in this bottom right around this. But this is what we got so far. I'm gonna group it for now so that I don't accidentally like move anything. I do want to find a typeface that is heavier for this part. I want to find like a sans serif, one that I can create like a box around the squabbled up portion. This is not bad. I'm putting it closer together to see how it looks. I don't hate it. That's one. Let's find something else. Now this is fat. I kind of like this. Might be tough to read. Let me just see something real quick. Let me just see. Copy it. Do you see what I see? How do we feel? I like it. Let's fix it. I'm gonna move this over. I created a shape right here, right outside of this. So I'm gonna draw that shape, and I'm gonna do a separate shape for each. Oh, great. So this is what I think is about to happen with this. It could be read. My rapfirmations don't always read very well, but that's one of the problems with type. That's just what happens. But I want to put it in the shape again so that it fits nicely. I'm gonna do the same thing over here and try to fit odds in this space. Might be funny because it is a tighter space and a slightly longer word, but it also might work. My concern here is that the I is just floating in the middle, and it might read as against all I odds. But I think because I squabbled up is on the same font, it might work better. I don't know, but let's get the odds in here and see what that looks like. This is what I mean by trust the process, because I didn't like the squabbled up at first, but now I like it in combination with this. It looks aight. That is very, very tight. No, it's not reading right, but hold on. I have a thought. So I'm gonna make the same shape. I'm gonna overlap it as I feel like overlapping it. That looks better. I'm gonna make negative space so that you can read it. To make this look more like a O and these look more like D's, basically. This is gonna be weird because I'm in direct selection while I'm also inside of a shape. And my brain don't work too well like that. That's an O. I can read that. That's an O. I don't know. How do I extend this as well? Okay, it's this, but it's also this portion of it. It looks a little more like, no, it looks like a funny O still. This is the answer right here. That looks more like a D to me. I'm gonna keep it. Let's move on, because we gotta move on, because now I'm like being annoying. I just did confetti by accident because I don't remember my shortcuts. Oh my God, I did it again. There we go. I'm gonna make a copy of these so that you just gotta make copies. I'm gonna make a copy of that so I don't lose it. Also, as y'all know, I list the fonts on the graphic, and I don't want to, it's happened to me so times, I don't want to make outlines, not know what font it is, not remember, and not have the live type to refer back to. Annoying. But Adobe actually does have retype in their programs now. They'll probably be able to identify it for me, but that's besides the point. Just prepare. Better safe than sorry. I think I want to put against inside of something too. There we go. Anything I did up here, I'm going to do on the bottom. Okay, so we have our main point of the first one. There are definitely some adjustments I want to make to it, but I'll get to that later. It looks rough. I like it like that, especially since around the way I wasn't feeling about the Sharpie font. It makes me feel better now. I can't spend all day here, you know? Or color, I like everything to be really bright. Keep in mind, we are in CMYK. The color will appear a little different for you all. I do have some go-to combos, so let me not do the Valentine's Day thing. Didn't even start with the swatches right now. I just blacked out and started doing whatever, but we'll get to, we'll adjust that later. Let's move on to track 2. I did all of that. Let's move on to track 2. Now that you see the workflow going on, let's move a little quicker through these.
Incarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, to all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
First of all, that's my song, but the lyric here, the affirmation, was already at the beginning. Love that for me. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Very affirming. I made the blueprint. Blueprint is by me is where I'm going to start, but IP ownership and blueprint, that's a checklist. So that's what we're going to make. Blueprint. Schematics. What does that look like in a font? I think I like this one here. I'm just now noticing this has Kendrick on it. They knew I was coming. Nebulica. This font. I'm gonna use this one. I am already envisioning that this will be blue. It'll be mostly blue and white, and it'll have like a grid in the background and stuff like that. So I'm going to start with the type, of course. Luckily for me, this type has multiple weights. So let's see if I do end up using it. I'm not feeling it as is right now. Oh wait, that caps helped a lot. I want blueprint to be big because, yeah. I think I want all of this. I think blueprint could be like that. I don't know. We're figuring it out right now. All right, I think I'm gonna make these like just small in the middle of stuff. Oh wait, first of all, I should have sized those together. I like this. There's not much manipulation, but what was that? Not a ton of like manipulation with this, but I think it looks good. Maybe I can make the blueprint look a little more like, I don't know, like drawing style, if that makes sense. I don't like this in. It's making my armpit itch. I'm not even joking. Yeah, it just looks better. I'm not gonna touch the one in ownership. I'm gonna leave it as is. It's right next to the W, which has the same thing going on, so it makes sense there. And also because I can do what I want. Something about blueprint is just not big enough for me. Let me build this grid in the back, and then I'm gonna go back and make more edits because I'm not sure. I took a mini break. I'll probably take a couple more. But off camera, I went ahead and made some adjustments. As you can see, I made the blueprint bigger. I changed the colors on the first one. I'm still gonna go back and go over them a couple more times. That's just how I am. But for now, we can go on to track 3.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply.
This world concrete, flowers grow.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody's no sympathy.
I take your dreams and make them multiply. Is that one I want to use? I take your dreams and make them multiply. Yes, let me stop overthinking. I've been drinking the same coffee for 3 hours. It's 11 o'clock, by the way. That song is for the girls. I love when the girls get one. I already know what I want this one to look like because of the word multiply in it. My workspace gets so messy. Oh my gosh. I want to use, what's the name of the font? Yep. Here we go. I want to use this font, but I also want the word dreams to be big because that's a big part of the lyric. And so, first things first, my first thought, I don't think I want to manipulate much of the actual typeface itself, but I do want to repeat the word multiply for sure. In order for me to see it clearly, I'm going to just use white boxes for now without actually cutting it off, if that makes sense, just in case I need to make some adjustments. So now this one's going on top of that. I'm gonna space it in everyone's favorite way. Right. Okay, so multiplies in there. Now we can put dreams. We're gonna use a clean sans serif. I'm thinking Degular will probably look good here. And make them all. Is that what it says? Make them all multiply. What does he say? Let me listen again. All right, he doesn't say all. I wish he did, but he doesn't. So let's be accurate. I also did not cut these out. So let's go ahead and commit. When you make shapes, you do have to make compound shapes out of them when you want to use the Pathfinder on them. If you ever find like it's only working on one letter out of your entire word, make a compound shape. That's just the answer. All right, I'm cool with this as is. I would love to bring some, we don't have the brightness that I usually have in my rapfirmations, so let's bring that in. I gotta stop using orange. I use orange all the time. Is it a red that I want to look for? Here we go. We back in the orange. Like, I can't help it. I can't help myself. For me, I think the way for me to make this make sense, it needs to be dark like that. Now that looks better in the group. It looks better in the group. So with this, I need it to be a little more blue. I don't know. We'll come back. Let's get into track 4.
Twice emotional stability, a sound body and tranquility. I deserve it all. Like minds and less enemies. Stock investments, more entities. I deserve it.
The entire song would work here. I'm gonna pick the one I like the most. I deserve it all is gonna be where we start. More money, more power, more freedom. Everything heaven allowed us. All right, so this one is long, obviously. With this one, I'm gonna work with 2 fonts. I'm gonna start with, no, it's not giving. Hold on. I know y'all can't see that because it's tiny. I made it bigger so that you can see. I don't like it. So let's try something else. That one was this one that has Kendrick on it. I think this will work better, one, in lowercase, but also when I'm only emphasizing one word versus a few. This one reminds me of the one I just used, but let's just see. I don't know. Let's play with it. I'm going to commit to this right now. This leaves a nice little space for the middle portion of it, which was more money, more power, more freedom. I had a different thought in mind for it, but let's see how this looks. The font is called, I don't know the actual name, but it is a pixel font. So it's tight. Here we go. More money, more. This is the idea right now. I like the idea here, but it just looks real. It just doesn't look good. Doesn't look like what I like. So let's pick something else. Let's see. I think I liked that combination because it was weird, but okay. This is more like what I thought I was about to get. This is more like what I thought the other one was gonna look like. Now I like this, I like that, and I don't like this. And in my initial thought, what I pictured in my head was for this to present more like this. More money, power, freedom. I like it. It's different. It's helping the point of this, which is to work with typefaces I don't normally use, or styles I don't normally use. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it. Let's work with it. And I like how this is presenting better. Maybe I want the same type. I don't know. I'm just playing now. Let's just see. Not mad at it. I think I will fill in. I like the all being bigger. I'm gonna fill in that space with bars, like a barcode, I think. Now this one looks crazy. It is technically the same font, but in different forms. But I like it like this. So I'm gonna leave this here for now, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them off camera. I'm a third of the way done. I don't know if I'm gonna do every track. I don't know. Well, it depends on what the lyrics say, right? If there's nothing affirming in it, I'm not gonna use it. So I am gonna go through and figure out the rest. Let me figure out my lyrics real quick.
All I ever wanted was a black grand national. Being rational, give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that'll reach that, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough.
White diamonds, 2 a.m. she wildin'. She sick, got they stomach in her comments. What school you went to? Gardner, Compton, Westchester, King, Drew, do we function?
Hey, what they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Pickable, I just put them bookers in my channel. Load up the Pro Tools and press 3. Studio filled with Jack in the Box and Pepsis. Watching World Star videos, not the SBs. Laughing at B-Pump or stomach turning. I get up and proceeded to write something. Was locked in ever since then. So territorial, he even took me away from my friends.
Scared of forever, you know nothing else is gonna pass.
All right, y'all. I did it. I want to say where I'm at right now is where it's going to be. This is the final product, but who knows? I don't know, but either way, here are all the rapfirmations I got off of GNX. I will be posting them on my social media elsewhere, so maybe like Instagram. Follow me there. My name is the same across every platform. Hello, Corey, Qori. And follow me on Threads too. And of course, if you're not subscribed here, you should subscribe. It's not always about rap music, but it's me, so it's always gonna be a good time. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, let's pick the emoji for today. I'm unprepared. Put any of the music emojis, the headphones, the symbols, I don't know words. The keyboard, any of those. Drop those down below if you made it this far. If you listen to the album, let me know what your favorite song is, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.